Hi everyone and welcome to part 1 of our new subject power balance. So today we will talk a little bit about what is it and how is it used. Let's get started. So basically kap and ul is a concept unique to Korea, but I believe every country really has it. And what it is, it's the definition of the power balance between two people or groups or companies or even countries. Any interaction that has two sides. Now, the kap means the stronger side, while ul reflects the weaker side. Now, when we're saying stronger side and weaker side, we are talking about a specific situation. At that situation, who has a little bit more power and maybe why? Maybe who will have little less power in this. So it's kind of like a scale. One side is stronger, maybe way more, and one side is lighter, maybe they weigh less. So it's a way to think about it. It meant to define hierarchy between two sides, but it is also different from hierarchy because hierarchy is very clear and obvious. For example, if I'm in a company and I'm an employee, I know that my place in the hierarchy is lower than my manager. However, between an employee and manager, sometimes the employee can be actually the stronger side or the more powerful side. And we will see later how it can be because kap and ul, it's not very obvious. It's not very straightforward as hierarchy. Kap ul is way more complex than just simple factors such as age or my experience in the company. It will include a lot of information that I need to know. And if I don't know this information, I might miss my status in the power balance. So let's take a closer look. As we mentioned, it can be used in any interaction really with teams or friends, even between couples and partners, between companies, between countries. It can be anywhere that we have an interaction and we have two sides or maybe three sides or more. The gap between them can be small or big. It will depend on the background and the information that we know. But it also can be reversed, either temporarily or permanently. For that, let me give you an example. Let us say that a company wants to hire a new position. Usually in the traditional job market, the company will be kap, the more powerful one, and candidates will be less powerful. They can do less things, they can maybe demand less things, and then they will be ul. However, if the company is looking for this position, let's say for 6 months, and it's very niche position and not easy to find candidates, and they already saw a lot of candidates in the market, and now there is a new candidate that is coming into play, this candidate will have much more power, and this candidate will have much more room to demand other things or maybe change some things. So in this case, the gap is not that big between the candidate and the company because we know more information. The power has shifted a little bit. The company will probably be the stronger one, but not by a lot. The difference will not be that big. And let's take it a step further. Let's say the company really, really wants this candidate and they felt that this candidate is a perfect fit. In this case, the candidate can actually have more power. So as you see, as we have more information that is not necessarily related to just one of the sides, but to the situation as well, the power is shifting and the power is flexible and fluid. So, what kind of the factors that we can consider for kap ul? The traditional factors can be age, position, title, maybe our company brand name, our company reputation, our financial status. As an individual, we can also determine it as in educational status, but also as we mentioned, as we know more information about the situation and about the relationship, that's how we will know better to determine who is kap and who is ul, who is a little bit stronger in this situation and who is a little bit weaker. Again, it doesn't have to be a huge gap. It can be very, very small gap, but still usually there will be a gap that will determine a side that is a little bit stronger and a side that is a little bit weaker. As we mentioned, it is fluid. It is fluid based on time, on different situation, on different relationships, on different events that has occurred. So again, it can be very stagnant and it can be ever changing. And this is it for today. In part 2, we will see a little bit more examples and what people do with it. But I would like you to personally think about this kind of situation of where am I holding a little bit more power? Do I use this power or not? And where in the power balance I'm a little bit more maybe weaker, if it's between you and your coworkers, or maybe you can think about the company that you're working with or suppliers that you're working with who may determine a little bit more things and who really holds the power. I think it will be very interesting to dive deep into this and to think about this kind of concept. And I will see you in part 2.